2 seconds, it said. What does that mean? Oh, I'm already live, right? Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me for Yoga in Our Cities virtual yoga class. This is Chair Yoga, and my name is Anne. And I would like to mention that if you have any preconceived or conditions that maybe you're concerned about, check with your medical practitioner. This also applies whenever you start a new exercise program, and especially yoga. And this is important if you are pregnant, if you are nursing, if you are taking any medication. And again, if you have any concerns, pre-existing conditions that concern you, that have to do with your health, okay? Both mentally, physically, and of course, spiritually. Now, on a personal note, this session will focus on aging with balance through yoga. And by strengthening certain skeletal muscles within the body, we are able to improve our posture. Also, we are able to increase our mobility and help to prevent risks of falling. And as we age, this becomes more and more important. So usually I go right into sitting mountain, showing you how to align your body in a sitting position, because this is chair yoga. But I'm going to wait till we get to the asanas to go through the proper alignment sitting in the chair. So we'll go through that all together. Now, let's have an intention, and you can say it 3 times to yourself or out loud. And the intention this evening will be, I am strong, I am balanced. And we'll say that 3 times. I am strong, I am balanced, I am strong, I am balanced, I am strong, I am balanced. Now, for a moment, just let that resonate in your being. And close your eyes or keep them open. And now I'm going to introduce you to some props. And you may already be using this for whether you're doing a yoga class or any other exercise program. Well, of course, we have our chair. I have a different chair than I usually sit in. This has a wood surface instead of my leather chair, which has a leather surface. So this actually helps me to be very, very aware of my sits bones on the chair, which, as you know, are those bony parts if I lifted up the left and the right cheek. In addition, we have the roller, and I use this every week to stimulate the bottom of the feet where our nerves end. And in addition, we have a strap or a band. And if you don't have one, again, you can use a scarf, you can use a belt, or you can use pants. And of course, our blocks and a blanket. So if you don't have any of these, or if you need to get them, please get up and just get them and bring them to your mat. And now we're going to start with a breath, and the breath will be called the lion's breath. And for the lion's breath, first I'm going to tell you the benefits, and then I'll walk you through it. So the benefits of the lion's breath, it eliminates toxins. It helps with halitosis or bad breath. Also is a wonderful breath to relieve stress. And in addition, of course, if we relieve stress, it helps us to have a better sleep or rest period. Okay, so for the lion, now we're all sitting in our chair, but if you're not sitting in your chair and you still tuned into chair yoga, you can sit on your mat, and you can also sit in the hero pose, where your buttocks is basically on your ankles. Our hands are on our thighs. Spread the fingers apart. Now I'm going to find my dristi, or a spot that I can focus on. Sometimes people may use the tip of their nose as their spot. Now I'll show you the first time, and then we'll do 7 total. Now, if you need to come out of it ahead of time, please do as many as you're feeling comfortable. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to inhale. I'm going to stick out my tongue, open up my eyes, and now, any questions on that? You can just continue to follow along. But what we do is we inhale through the nose, stick out the tongue, and have a verbal and you can see how that definitely would eliminate toxins and our carbon dioxide. Okay, that's coming out of the mouth. Now we're going to do this 7 times. Let's begin, and I'll just go through it. I'll say number 1, number 2, and you just go at your own pace. Ready? First one. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. And now come back into your sitting position. You may close your eyes and notice your breath. How do you feel? Relaxed? Grounded? Strong, like our intention. I am strong. I am balanced. Okay, so now we're going to begin just with warm-ups. And I just want to give you an introduction to the asanas or postures that we're doing. We're going to be focusing on 6 large muscle groups that do help us to, again, have improved posture. It helps us in our mobility and our functionability. And I'll go through all 6 of them. But before we do that, let's do a basic warm-up. And I'm going to start with the sitting mountain, okay? Now, sitting mountain is an active, engaged position. When we're sitting, we're engaging all the muscles in the lower body. Now, very important when we sit, we want to have our body open, our chest open, etc. So let's begin with the feet. We're going to be sure that the feet are comfortably apart, and we want to push in on the fatty part of the foot and also the heel. So press down on either your mat or the floor, or maybe you have a rug under you. In addition, we're going to take our hands, we're going to place them together, and we're going to have our knees separated fist width apart. Roll it right up. Then we're going to take our right butt cheek and lift it up and feel that sits bones on the right and then on the left. Now just get the feel of that. So rock your buttocks back and forth on your chair. So again, you feel that grounding sensation and the alignment of your body sitting down in sitting mountain. Then we're going to take our shoulders and we're going to bring them forward up to the ears and open the chest so the breath can flow freely in the lungs and then throughout the body. In addition, the chin is parallel to the floor. Again, where your ceiling meets the wall, that's as high up as you want to go. We'll call that the dristi. Now I'm going to ask you to come a little bit forward on your chair. You want to be safe, always safe. So you don't want to be too close to the edge, but you also want to have a space in the back. Sometimes people prefer to use a block. Okay, so if you have a block or a blanket, whatever, you could put that if you have a back like I do on my chair, and that's as far as you go to the back of the chair. And let's begin. So we're going to start with the feet. We're just going to warm up the soles of the feet. Now I have a roller, but you use whatever you have, and I'm going to massage the feet back and forth. Just a couple of times. Beautiful. Now let's take the fingers and let's take each of the fingers and move them. And if you'd like, you can still roller your feet so you feel that sensation. And then let's open and close with the fingers. Warm up the fingers and then shake them out. Let's take the hands, place them together and make circles with the wrists. Remember, our wrists are so important to stay strong for functionability, opening doors, opening jars, whatever it is, if you have that capability. Okay, in addition now, we're going to bring the awareness to the knees. Let's take the left knee and bring it as close to the chest as we inhale, not compromising our sitting mountain position. So be sure your lower body is engaged. Exhale. Let's do 3 each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And then the right and relax. Nice warm up. Now let's make circles with the body as we're sitting in sitting mountain. Then we're going to reverse. Let's go to the opposite side. Beautiful. Then let's take the shoulders and make circles. So we can take our fingers if you'd like, place them on the shoulder, and then just make circles. If you're able to do this. If not, you can simply keep the hands by the sides of the body and just take the shoulders and you can make circles, or you can take the shoulders and bring them up to the ears. You're moving and down, up and down, synchronizing the breath with the movement. Then we're going to take the shoulder blades and feel the shoulder blades kissing together, opening the chest. We don't want to come forward. In sitting mountain, we want the body in a 90 degree. 90, 90 across, 90 up. That's an active posture. Now you're engaging all the muscles in the body, strengthening your musculoskeletal body. Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask you to take your right hand, inhale, just stretch up if you can, reach up to the ceiling, back down, left, back down, up, back down. Beautiful. Now next, we did the sitting mountain position, actively engaging our muscles, strengthening the whole lower body. Now we're going to start with our back extensions. Now, the back extensions are extremely important. They hold the body upright and they allow us to move from side to side. So if you take your hands and place them on your back or on your rib cage and just move slightly forward and then back, begin to feel these areas, begin to feel the back. Now, palpate the side of the body so you really feel it. Now, when you come back, let's do a back bend. Inhale, but just a slight one. You could feel the musculoskeletal part of the back extensors moving and then come forward just slightly, just so you feel it. And this is important for movement. And then if you like, you can move to the right. You can feel them moving, and then to the left. Very important that we have this beautiful posture. So when we do stand, our body is aligned. We don't want to go forward because many times we're in that forward position if we're on a computer or whatever. And then we have a little problem with the neck. Okay, so that's one. So with the back extensors, you can just move from side to side and you're moving them. In addition, you could take your arms and you can stretch them off if you have the capability, bring them up, and you can feel again the paraspinal muscles. These are the action muscles. And then come down. Let's do two more. Inhale. Feel the paraspinal muscles moving, engaging the back extensors. And exhale, coming down. Now, if I was to come forward, not leading with my head, but leaning from the hips down. This also extends and lengthens the spine. One more time. You could do this very comfortably, right in your chair. And relax. The next group are our neck extensors. Now for the neck extensors, remember again, we want the alignment. You draw a line right down the center of your body. And I'd like you to really concentrate on being mindful of these areas of the body. So when you're moving through the day and you're doing different things, you can come back with your mindfulness and think, what position is my neck in? Are my shoulder blades kissing each other? Am I standing up straight? Am I sitting where my muscles are engaged? So now what can we do to support our neck extensors? Well, let's do something very simple. I'm going to take my chin, I'm going to have it parallel to the floor, and I'm just going to bring the chin slightly down to my front chest. And if I take my hands, those four occipital muscles back here, I know that they're there and I can feel them stretching or lengthening. Then back up, again connecting the breath with the movement. Inhale. Exhale, let's do 3 times, chin to chest. And then back up, and one more time, inhale. And exhale, bring that chin back down to chest. Now, I'm not going to do it here, but I'm going to walk you through. If you're lying in bed, and let's say, or you're lying on your mat, maybe what you can do is simply raise the head very gently off the mat and hold it. It's a way to strengthen the back neck extensor muscles. Maybe you could do that 5 times. Now, another movement to strengthen the neck extensors is just to inhale and just simply turn on the exhalation to the right shoulder. Remember, no ouches. Do it as far as you can. Feeling the stretch. Inhale, exhale, come back to center, and again, inhale, left. Only move as far as you feel a stretch, but again, no ouches. Again, inhale, exhale, back, inhale. Now, these movements can be done really anywhere. You don't need any props to do this. That's for the neck. Now, another movement for the neck is to take the right ear and bring it down to the right shoulder. Just stretch it. You could always take that right hand, put it on the left side of the head, and just help it along a little bit. But again, don't overstretch. Then the opposite side, left ear to left shoulder. And if you like, take that left hand, press against the right side nice and gently. And let's do it 2 more times on each side. Now, our head weighs approximately 10 to 12 pounds. And you notice many people as they age, they walk or lead with their chin or their head. That's a no-no. You put a lot of pressure on the neck muscles, but also on the back extensors, especially that part of the body, of the spine, I should say. Some people suffer from that lordosis, where they have like a hump in the back. Okay, now we're going to move along and we're going to move to our third group of large muscle groups that support our postures, our walking, our mobility, etc. Those are our hip extensors. Now, when we come forward in like a swan dive, we lead with the hips. We do not lead with the upper body, okay? So let's take our fingers or our hands, place them, if you can, on your hip bones and inhale. Exhale, come forward, leading with the hips, and exhale, coming down. Inhale, exhale as you're down. Now inhale again and come back up. We'll do this 3 times. Again, inhale. Exhale, lead with the hips. And you could feel those hip sockets. Everything's working together. Beautiful. Now, another movement to lubricate the hips is the 4-pointed star. Now, of course, depending on how high you can lift your foot, some may be here, like we are for the tree pose, some may be up here, or if you can, take that that right foot and place it on the left thigh, and you can feel the opening of the hip joint. You may want to massage it as you move it. And breathe. And take that foot, bring it back down, and now let's do the opposite. Inhale. Wherever you are, you're still moving it. You can even take your leg, if you can't get your foot up, not a problem, and just move it back and forth, and you'll feel the movement of that hip. And then second or third, opening the hip. Now, what do the hip extensors do? Well, they help us in walking. They help us into standing upright. If we can stand upright, And they also engage us in a nice balanced posture, as long as our body is aligned. And then slowly bring that foot back down. Now, let's just do one more with the hips. Let's take the fingers, place them on the hips, and just make circles. And again, you can feel the hip extensors. You can notice the connection of the lower and the upper body. And now let's reverse. Okay, now the next set of large muscle groups will be the quadriceps. Now, these are really the only large muscle groups that are in the front of the body. Everything else is in the back body, okay? Yeah, and I just thought of another one. If you want to inhale, take the hands, and then exhale, push back. You could feel the opening. You could feel the kissing of the shoulder blades opening up, and then come back down. Okay, so for the quadriceps, we're going to take our block. You see what my block is. Here we are. And we're going to take our block and we're going to put the block lengthwise in between our knees. Remember, our knees are separated, the fists together, and the two fists are in the area where the knees are, and that's the space you want. Now, I would suggest, I know I have to do it, I have to hold on to the sides of my chair. I want to come back to my foundational pose, being sure that I'm in sitting mountain. Now, for the quadriceps, to strengthen the quadriceps. Now, the quadriceps are very important to, again, our posture, our walking, our ability to bend, to run, to climb stairs. Okay, now you're going to inhale, stretch both feet out, and you can feel the engagement of the quadriceps in the front body. And you can hold if you can. If not, just lower your legs down. But let's inhale. You can also engage the core. So you're doing a nice, beautiful, kind of like a sit-up. Take that core and press it in. And then exhale, coming down. We'll do this 3 times. Again, inhale, stretch those toes out, engage the muscles in the quadriceps, breathe, engage the core, breathe. And exhale down. And the longer or the more you do this, you'll be able to hold it a little bit longer each time. Beautiful stretch. Beautiful strengthening for the quadriceps. Inhale, stretch forward. And exhale, coming back down. Beautiful. And now we can remove the block. And now we're going to move into the last 2. Now, the last 2 are the soleus and the, I call it the calf muscle. It's I can't say this very well. It's like gastrocnemius, but I'm not sure what's the correct pronunciation. So we'll just leave it as that. So I'll call that the calf and the soleus. Very important again. Here's the calf and the soleus. The calf has larger muscle groups. The soleus has very, very fine muscles. Okay, and that connects the soleus to the calf. Okay, now what do we do here? Well, if you've ever sprained your ankle or whatever, you know what it feels like. Okay, and that's the soleus. So we want to strengthen all those little muscle groups, okay, in the bottom of the feet and also our calves. So we're going to start with, we're going to use a block again, and I'm going to put it on the floor in front of me. And this is a nice, simple one. You can place both feet on the block, giving yourself a slight space in between. You're going to inhale, and you're going to lift the heels up. Exhale down. Let's do this 3 times. Inhale. You can feel the different little groups of muscles, tendons, etc., ligaments in the feet, especially in the ankles. Back up. And one more time. Beautiful. All right. So that's one. That's tiptoe. Okay. Now, in addition to that, for the calf muscles, we can do the same movement. Depending upon the height of how you're doing it will determine how extensive the stretch is, okay? Again, you want to be mindful because some people have stretched or sprained calf muscles. The calf muscle is very sensitive. So again, move it up and down, and you can feel the calves. I can feel. If you put your hands on your calf, you'll feel when you move. When you come up, it tightens it. All the muscles are tightened. When you bring them down, they relax. So let's do that. Now, in addition, one last one is we can take the feet, keep them separate, but you're going to walk the feet in and out, okay? So you're spreading the legs apart and then come back. So now you're using and engaging the lower body, the calf and the soleus. Then back again. So in the session today, we have learned how important our musculoskeletal system is, and especially the large areas, okay, where we have large muscle groups, which again, if we had to review it, it would be your back extensors. And we did 2 or 3 asanas for that. You may want to practice that every day. Also, your neck. Neck is very important in our posture. Now, you may find that sometimes if you're at a desk or if you're reading your phone, your neck may come down, okay? That's our normal or our natural tendency. But bring it up. As you become more and more mindful, you'll learn to engage these muscle groups, okay? The other thing is that when you're at a desk, if you see yourself leaning forward, okay, then take a couple of minutes in between and then just stretch and stretch those shoulder blades back. So you're flexing and extending, okay? So you want to do the opposite. So if you're moving forward like this when you're sitting at your desk, you want to open up the opposite way. All right. So these help they work against gravity. All right. We don't want to fall forward. We want to keep the body aligned, improving our posture, our movements, and our flexibility. And now I'm going to invite you just to mosey back down, or move back down to the back of your chair and just relax. And if you'd like, you can use your blanket. And I have to use my block on the feet because this chair is long in length and I'm smaller. And I'm going to just relax my body. And I'm going to start just relaxing my spine. And I'm going to connect with my breath. Nice, relaxing breath, simply inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. And let's end this evening with our original intention. We'll say it 3 times. You could say it out loud or quietly to yourself. I am strong. I am balanced. I am strong. I am balanced. I am strong. I am balanced. And when you're ready, connect mindfully back to the breath. You can open your eyes And be aware of your sits bones on your chair. And as we end, I remind you to practice every day. And these are very, very simple movements that you could practice no matter where you are. So let's end this evening by taking our hands, inhaling, and bringing the palms together. And I thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed this session. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, same time, 5:30. This is Chair Yoga with Anne. Have a wonderful night.